Oh, yeah. Welcome in, everybody, to a brand new edition of Grindtime on a beautiful, really nice Tuesday afternoon. Warmed up a little bit. Snow's pretty much gone. Now it's just a matter of beautiful sunshine, right? Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Anthony Sane?
Wolfgang, Golf Wang. What's up with y'all, man?
Okay. All right. That was Darian. Did we turn on his mic, or was that? Was that just,
hey, he's a busy brother.
just-
Nah, that was just
Okay,
He's a busy brother.
that was a predetermined
I
outburst.
didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
Not
I
predetermined.
didn't mean
What's
to.
the word? Premeditated outburst.
I didn't mean to
Wolfgang,
interrupt
Golf
you.
Wang.
No, I didn't know. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Peter, you Wolfgang?
Whatever, whatever you were doing there, no big deal. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Are you Wolfgang, Peter?
Just got a show. No.
I almost felt the urge for him, Peter, to hit him with it. Yeah. But,
No.
Yeah.
had to let him trademark. Some things are trademarked by
Yeah.
Yeah, let me use my stuff.
Martin Luther saying.
You know, I will confront people for trying to do me out here, bro.
Yeah.
Like Ghostface Killer said. I don't want nobody sounding like me on no album. Because if you do, I'm to confront it. You know what I'm saying? You know the word. But yeah.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Folks be trying to do my little thing out here, man. I be peeping y'all out, man. I got sons out here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't fatherless, man. I
these bums.
Bums be trying to do me out here, man.
What a good day yesterday. Great day for a lot of reasons. We'll talk about the MLK Day experience down at FedEx Forum, highlighted by a spectacular Grizzly win. Again, bounced back from the loss to Dallas, no problem. Took care of one of the better teams in the NBA and the Chicago Bulls in emphatic fashion. Bulls, dealing with injuries and missing players, just like the Grizzlies are, like a lot of teams are. But it is what it is. The Grizzlies took care of business, no problem. It gets tougher. They will take on the Bucks tomorrow night, and this week's gonna be tough. A lot of tough games. So if the Grizzlies can get through this thing relatively unscathed, the back half of the schedule gets a lot easier for them. And they're in great shape already, 31-15. Bulls technically are the best team in the Eastern Conference, by the way.
Yeah.
So
that version of them wasn't, but
No. But the East is just wild right now. You have the top 5 teams
with 27
have either 27 or 28. The Heat have 28. Everybody else has 27. And then 6 and 7 have 25 and 24.
Yep. And Philadelphia's
so
won
the
9
Celtics,
10, I think
the Celtics in 10. The Celtics in the 10th spot are 5.5 back of the first spot.
Yeah.
Which, the Grizzlies are 4.5 back of the first spot in the West in 3. And the Knicks are 6 back of the first spot in the East in 11 right now. So really, just it could go any number of different ways in the East. The East is just jammed up right now.
Yeah.
West is much more defined in terms of the teams. We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit. Also, we'll talk NFL playoffs. Now we have the final conclusion of the Super Wild Card round, and it's a big night last night for those people who enjoy watching teams make big trades. If you like, if you're a believer in the Rams approach of let's just push all the chips in the middle of the table and let's just go crazy. Well, you know what? look pretty damn good last night with OBJ going crazy, Von Miller looking fantastic. They pushed a lot to get these guys in the mix, and Matthew Stafford was pretty solid. It was just a good solid effort all the way around from the Rams, knocking off the Cardinals, who got such a great start this year and then really faded down the stretch. We'll talk about the NFL coming up. Normally we talk to our buddy C.J. Hurt in our next segment, but C.J.'s dealing with a unfortunate loss in his family, and so he's not going to be able to be with us. We wish our best to C.J. and his family in the process. We will talk to Steven Johnson, though, who's dealing with a tragedy of his own, the Tiger basketball season.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to talk
Condolences
about that.
to him as well.
That's right. Going through a tough time.
Yeah, we thought this was going to be. Remember we were talking to him and talking about how fun the season was going to be for him.
Oh, he was so excited. He's like, man, look at that. I get this
Covering
beat.
the whole team.
I get to jump this beat. It's going to be, I mean, this, it is.
Yeah.
Whoo! Anthony saying it's just, it just ain't good.
Yeah. It's not good at all, man. Yesterday was great, though.
Yesterday was great. We'll talk about it here with you on the in the Family Leisure Studios on the AutoZone listener line. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I went for kind of a smooth approach on that one.
Ain't no wrong with the remix.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. You know, a little something like that. 360-8255, 901-360-8255 if you want to join us on the AutoZone listener line, and I wish you would via the phone call or via the text. We'd love to hear from you. Chat with us as well. We are streaming all over your various platforms and on our app, which is available for Android, iOS, you name it. We've got you covered. So please join us if you would. We would love for you to do that. Also, as we mentioned, you know it, I know it. We've got a whole lot of intrigue in the next, what have we got now? A couple weeks till the trade deadline, 2 weeks from
About
Thursday.
2 weeks away, yep.
It's starting to heat up a little bit. We're starting to get some rumors and some stuff after what's been a little bit of a downtime, maybe, COVID related, maybe just everyone's in kind of a weird space right now, so hard to know who's a buyer, who's a seller, especially in the East when kind of everyone can sort of talk themselves, apart from the Pistons, the Magic, and probably the Pacers. Everyone else can talk themselves into, potentially being somewhat of a contender. So, does that mean you want to make trades? That kind of makes it a little bit tricky when it comes to this stuff. So anyway, we'll discuss coming up here on the program. Yesterday, Anthony saying, what a day.
Yep.
What a day.
Yep. Darren, you got that MLK music on shorthand. We got to make an induction.
The one I played for Peter as we went out, the choral.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Give me
I got to make an
second.
induction today, Pete. It's time, man. It's time. I've been waiting to do this all year, man. I finally got the opportunity to do it. It's time.
That's a pretty good rendition, Pete. Y'all give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's time to do some inducting today, man. We got to do it, man.
At the cathedral.
You got the In the Jungle remix going on.
Yeah, that's it. He's in the cathedral.
All right, there he goes. All right.
Go for it, baby.
Let me get a little bit of wet my whistle.
Oh, Lord, he's standing up,
Hold
people.
on, I got to wet my whistle. I ain't want to take a drink on camera. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I thought this was serious business.
I don't want to give nobody that free advertising.
Okay, gotcha.
So I had to hide my beverage. All right. The Memphis Grizzlies, in association with Sports 56 Grindtime, induct Steven Adams officially in crazy MFers to play for the Memphis Grizzlies. He joins the likes of Dylan Brooks, Tony Allen, God, dog, what's his name? Darko Milicic. Who else?
Little Zach Randolph, actually.
Zach Randolph, yes.
Little Zach Randolph.
Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson.
Ooh, come on with it.
Yeah, amongst others.
Yeah.
Join us today now as we celebrate Steven Adams, the latest crazy MFer in Memphis Grizzlies history. We saw it yesterday, Peter. It was a while. I was like, what's taking so long for Steven Adams to do something completely nuts? Like, he does it you see, if you type in, like, Steven Adams crazy-ish on YouTube, you would just see his, you know what I mean, his discography of hits, of just crazy stuff he's done on the court. He's been very mild this year, hadn't done anything. But last night, seeing him literally pick up a man and remove him from the incident.
Not going
Not
too
his
far.
teammate. Not his teammate.
He should have done something.
He easily could have picked up Ja and it would have been normal. But going to pick up the opposing dude, and dude like, all right, fam, all right, my feet are no longer on the ground, so I guess I'm not mad anymore. Whoever knew that that's the best way to fuse someone. If someone's fused, remove them from the fuse. Like,
there were 2 sets of footprints on the court, and then there were only 1 set of footprints, and that's when
Sir Steven
Adams was carrying
came in
you,
like
the whole time.
a divine figure. And moved Tony Bradley out of the way.
He looks like he looks like a lot of people think
he
of
looks
Jesus,
Christ-like,
with that long hair and all that.
Yeah, that is
and,
the Euro sapien.
I would say Jesus is probably
Eurocentric,
darker. I would imagine most likely, but a lot of people have a Jesus looking like Steven Adams in their house. That's exactly right. So it makes sense.
Oh man, that was it though, man.
Me up.
Come on now.
He could have gave us a choke slam. He could have took a 10-game suspension for us. I wanted him to choke slam one good time.
You raise me up.
Yeah, he did it though, man.
He
like
did it.
I've been waiting all year.
Away from Jah.
And just like that's what people. I said when we traded for him, I was like, y'all are talking all this crap about Steven Adams. He's gonna do something crazy, and y'all gonna start saying whoop that trick, and you're gonna love Steven Adams. You're gonna induct him, and he's in, man. That did it. Mm-hmm. That did it, man, for sure. That was a wild thing too, man.
That was great.
And I'm not gonna talk about
Tony Bradley. Tony Bradley's not a small guy either. He just lifted it like he was a child.
He looked like he was taller than him, didn't he? He looked like
he just lifted him up like it was like I lifted one of my kids. It's like, all right, y'all are fighting. All right, let me get you out of here.
Come on,
all right, let's. Incredible.
Oh man,
incredible.
It's MLK Day. Mike's gonna help you out, brother. John's got some real goons on the sideline. I've noticed it.
No need for this.
Hey, I'm gonna say this too, man.
No need. Not today. Not today.
Not today.
Not today, mate.
Do you not see his goons over there?
Dr. King wouldn't want this, mate. Come on. No violence today.
I would say this too, man. You see people who will say things like, Ja's gonna get up out of there, and people in Memphis say, "No, Ja's too Memphis," and all those type of things, and he fits right in. John might be a little bit too Memphis, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, because that post game interview was maybe a little uncomfortable. Like, all right, John, you need to. There's a couple things that are unsaid that need to stay unsaid. Man,
he never. Ever forgets. You talk about a guy that holds a grudge and just squeezes the grudge, just squeezes the life out of a girl.
Yeah.
Never forgets. And did you see just a little bit ago when somebody one of those NBA aggregate sites on Twitter posted Ja's highlights? Man, he said like Ja's highlights are cold, and Ja's his own hype man. He's like, yeah, this is great for real. Like,
man, I love it.
Okay, all right.
I love it, man.
I appreciate that. I like somebody who's confident, man. I don't want. You got to be confident. And if that goes over into cocky, then so be it. I mean, when you can pull off the move that Ja did, that lefty, 360 left-handed layup, come on, man. Mm-hmm. You can do that. You got the right to be cocky.
Yeah, for sure. You
can be cocky all day long if you want. That's fine by me. I have absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. Like I just don't get I don't get mad when guys do that stuff. To me that's part of the fun. That's part of what you want, honestly. Like that's what you want to me, is a guy that has extreme confidence in what he does, and if it goes over into cockiness, so be it. I'd rather that be the case than a guy who's just sort of like, I don't know if I can do this or not. You don't know.
Yeah. No. Was that a shot at Mike Conley?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Because I remember when Mike said that he never got a tech, and people were like applauding that. Like, man, that's not a good thing. Like, bro, you need to.
I talked to him. I asked him about that. No, I talked to him about that very thing. I said, "Are you sure that's good?" He's like, "I don't know. It's just the way I play." I was like, "Well, all right."
Sometimes you gotta complain, man.
I said, don't you think that the part of the reason why you don't get calls
because you sit there on some cardboard stuff?
You just kind of let it go, and he's like, maybe, I don't know. It's just so I talked to him about it. This is how it is. He's gotten a little more. He's gotten a little more out there the last little bit, but he's still kind of hung up on that stuff. I don't know, man. I think ultimately the question now, and we talked about it. I think last season, maybe even 2 seasons ago, but definitely, probably started 2 seasons ago, but now definitely last season. Like, the question of is who's better, John Moran or Mike Conley. Like, who's that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like now it's not even.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing here?
Peter, don't you miss the days if you said something that just made me sad in that last bit you just said? You said we talked about it. We may never see those days again. That we talked about it, conversation about a player in the locker room, or just a player, period.
Oh yeah. I remember
so much of what we did was like our sidebars, or like relationships we could build with guys off the record or outside of a microphone being to the mouth. And
I know
those days, like we might never see that again.
I told I don't know. I was talking to Calkins or Gianna, one of the columnist fellas. That last game before COVID really hit, March like 7th or 11th or somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. Last time we were at home before then. And I remember telling him, like, I said, we're not going back I don't think we're ever going back to the locker room again.
It ain't looking like
that's ridiculous. I said, I think we won't for I said, not only because I think this pandemic's going to last for a while, but also even when it doesn't, I think they'll find now the new normal will just kind of kick in. Yeah. And I think that's kind of what's happened now, where there's a new normal now, and it's a shame. I think some leagues and some teams are going. I think you're seeing some go back a little bit. Mm-hmm. I saw some people wasn't like Steven, those guys like in the Tiger locker room the other night. I think they went into a Tiger locker room on the road or something. So I think so. I want to say it looked like that was the case. So, but I hope we can get back to that. I really do, because that's where that's where you build relationships, you learn about people and all that stuff. So, but that being said, anyway, the game itself, another just a rock solid performance, and you just kind of get used to this stuff now, where the Grizzlies have set a very high standard for the way that they play. Mm-hmm. And they, kind of went through the motions first quarter, not much offensively from either team, and then kind of kicked into gear in the second quarter, and from there it was pretty much over.
It was up.
They are such a, I don't know, man. It just the standard is so high now, and they just kind of do it like it's wild. I don't know, and schedule's not been easy, and this week's gonna be tough, and. If they just get through that All-Star break, the schedule
really
lightens much easier. Yeah. It really lightens up. So, I don't know, man. You can start dreaming big.
Yeah, and it's good that they picked up that win yesterday after the loss against Dallas, because if you lose again, especially to that version of the Bulls, it's a totally different narrative, totally different feel today when we come in. But, like I said, man, you took care of your business. You beat that version of Chicago pretty good, beat them down early. It's a little close, a little too close, like you said in the first quarter. But you start expanding. But that's what you do, man. Like that's what good teams do. You get a team you're supposed to beat, and you beat them well. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it was a big win for sure. Yeah, man, and it looked like a slow bad game or just a kind of a mid-level game for Ja. He just went crazy in the fourth, of course. So yeah, man, they're in a really good place. 'Cause like you said, that second half of the season after the All-Star break is going to be that schedule is really going to lighten up. We saw Steven Adams come back into the starting lineup yesterday. He looked well. The Grizzlies, that our front court, man, is really starting to. You got Jaren, who's looking like all defensive first team, second team, whatever guy, and you got Steven Adams who's coming in rolling. Your bigs are looking very solid for this team right now, for sure.
And speaking of which, I'll probably post some more stuff. But I posted a little clip that I really liked of Jaren. But I think Jaren was so good in this game. I mean, just defensively, absolutely phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And he has come on so much. Defensively, like he always had great potential, but the fouls have been an issue, or his timing, or his physicality, or positional stuff, or whatever it may be. They've been all these little issues, but it's in the last month or so that's just kind of mostly gone away. And now what you're left with is a guy, a 7-footer who has great timing, is one of the best shot blockers in the league at this point, and has not only done all of that, but has mixed in, better rebounding, better physical play, the same kind of offensive, capability of hitting threes, even though the three ball hasn't really been there for him, moving the ball around. I mean, I was blown away by his performance. I think he was, the Grizzlies' best player, including, John Bain, who each had 25, and I just think he was spectacular.
When Jaren's three-point attempts per game seem to have gone down, because it seems like he's taking no more than like maybe 2 or 3 as opposed to 6, 7 he was taking at the beginning of the season. Do you think that was intentional, where he said, "Hey, I'm about to stop taking shots," or he's kind of just, "Well, I feel like I'm not making them, so I'm gonna take less," or do you think he's made a conscious effort to just get to the basketball? What do you think is going on with it?
I don't know. I think it's. I don't know that he's necessarily made more of an effort to do that, but I think they've definitely talked to him about being physical, and I think he's got less of a concern about the fouls at this point. And so I think he's more willing to kind of just push forward and do that, and I think it makes a big difference. I do think he's probably lost a little bit of confidence, just a little bit of confidence in that shot, because he hit one.
Then he came back and airball.
Yeah, the net, and it looked like he like blew out a tire on the next one. He's like, and the ball barely got there. Like, it was. So I think he's still struggling with that a little bit, honestly. But as long as he plays defense like this, man, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. Like, he's so.
Oh, he's been ridiculous on
defense. It's just crazy. It's crazy how good he is.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was, like I said, big win, man. It keeps you. I think they're a game ahead of Utah. Utah lost last night to the Lakers, so yeah, man, it's looking like it's starting to feel real, man. And you're like 5 games ahead of Dallas, who's in 5th, and also right behind you as far as your the division championship chase. So yeah, man, it's looking really good. Like you said, after the break, that schedule really eases up a lot.
Well, I think that Laker game was perfect for the Grizzlies, because the Lakers were getting so bad that it's starting to threaten the pick that the Grizzlies have. That pick is top 10 protected. So if the Lakers end up getting in that situation where they end up bad enough, then you actually could lose that whole situation.
And that pick goes to New Orleans, right? It doesn't go to the Lakers regardless, right?
Right,
okay.
right. Yeah, it just doesn't. But it doesn't go to the Grizzlies.
So the Lakers don't. What I'm saying, the Lakers don't have any incentive.
No, the Lakers don't. No, the Lakers won't have it. Right. But the thing is that and then so the Grizzlies, the Lakers did the Grizzlies a favor in terms of beating Utah to continue to ease up, and continue to ease past them while also winning that game. It was perfect. It was a perfect game. Perfect game for the Grizzlies. Exactly what they needed.
I think Grizzlies fans are getting a little bit too excited about that whole draft pick thing. Because you're looking at the Lakers now, looking at the reverse standings. The pick would be 16 now. There's some people worried about it going to 10. I don't think that's happening at all. I don't think they'll go to 10. 10 right now is 18 and 25. The Lakers will never fall that many games below 500. They're gonna hover around 500 the entire season, in my opinion. But the thing is, like, once they get Anthony Davis back, that team's gonna get better. And what could happen is that you're going 3 versus 6, Lakers versus Grizzlies in the first round. I can see that happening as well. So I think we're getting a little bit too excited, worried about their pick. That Lakers team, they're disappointed, but they're not. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to get Anthony Davis back. So I think we should be more concerned with having to play them in the first round full strength than we should be worried about the draft pick going to 10 or lower. So
yeah, I don't think that's going to be a major deal either. But I think that the Lakers at some point. You would imagine, you would have to think that they're going to improve when Anthony Davis comes back. Presumably he's going to be better, and so as a result of that, you would think that they're going to get better. I can't. The Grizzlies, that pick should still be fine. Yeah. If anything, if they're going to think about trading it, they should trade it. I think ASAP. It probably has more value now than it will in a month or two. And by the end of the year, see if you could trade it and kind of lay the wager that the Lakers are actually going to get better might not be the worst idea.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am too.
In the world. We're going to hear from Jaren Jackson Jr. When we come back as we talk about Jaren's performance in that game. We'll also look at the rest of the NBA, including a couple of ridiculous posters last night. Absolutely insane posters last night. We'll talk about all of that and more as we continue. But first, let me tell you about FanDuel. The NFL playoffs, as you know, are in full gear. We're done with the Super Wild Card weekend, time for the divisional rounds, and everyone can get in on the action with a risk-free bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. It doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. All customers get up to $10 back if your same-game parlay doesn't win. Same-game parlays let you combine multiple bets from one matchup for a big payout. You can combine bets on the money line, point spread, player stats, and so much more. So for all of you out there, as you start to look at the schedule for this week and you start to think to yourself, okay, what am I going to do? How are we going to do this? What's going to happen in this divisional round? Do I think that Josh Allen is going to throw 3 touchdowns? You know what? I'll be honest with you. I think he might. I would go 2 or 3 or more touchdowns with Josh Allen. I would take the over in Bills and Chiefs, and then maybe throw in Mahomes over as well. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. You throw those 3 in there. That's what I'm going to do, and make a same game parlay. You know what? You could win some big money, even if you whether you win or lose, you're still going to get that $10 from the folks at FanDuel, up to $10 back if your same game parlay doesn't win. So you know what? There's really it's a no risk situation that's out there. New customers, join today with promo code BIGHEAD to get your risk-free bet. Plus, if it's your first time betting with FanDuel, you can enjoy 30-1 odds on any team in the divisional round to win. After using promo code BIGHEAD, you can turn a $5 bet into $150. That's promo code BIGHEAD on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. We will continue here. We'll hear from Jaren and more. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
You have opinions?
Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Tire pressure light on? Tread low? Car sliding when you stop? It's time to go down to Milton on the Spot. Serving you at 3 locations: 1684 Getwell Road, 2127 Ellis Presley, and 3691 North Watkins. Memphis' largest supply of new and used tires, all under warranty. Yes, that's warranty on used tires too. Ask about the tire rotation and balance specials. Milton on the Spot on Getwell Road, Elvis Presley, or North Watkins. Here to take care of your every tire need. Milton on the Spot.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So yeah, I used the savings from switching to Progressive 50 years ago to finally buy my dream car. It's a self-driving flying car, but we just say self-flying now. You know, because it's the future, and cars fly in the future.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Get in the swing of things. Grab your friends, your clients, your employees, and go enjoy everything you love about Topgolf in a luxury suite while at Memphis' only Topgolf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen's Small Bites. Topgolf Swing Suite is an immersive social experience offering guests a luxury private lounge to enjoy Erling Jensen's extraordinary food and beverage service, all while playing a selection of games in a one-of-a-kind simulation bay. Topgolf Swing Suites are great for work outings, celebrations, or just getting together. It's fun for the whole family. It's fun for golfers and non-golfers alike. They have more than just golf. They have soccer, baseball, zombie dodgeball, football, and more. Located at 5069 Sanderlin, adjacent to the Doubletree East Memphis. Check us out at SwingSuiteMemphis.com or call us at 901-58-SWING. Again, that's 901-58-SWING at Memphis' only Topgolf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen's Small Bites. Book your suite today.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Come on now.
This is for Sir
Ready for
Steven
this?
Adams holding the Bulls back.
That's right.
He held the jersey.
Hold the line.
Hold the Bulls.
Steve isn't always on time.
Keith Mercer, who's one of our better texters, texts probably every show. He called in the other day to talk Grizzlies with me during our one of the commercial breaks, and it was fun as well. I think it's the same Keith, right? That's the same Keith.
Yeah, there's some phone call. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said,
Wait, he called you during the break?
yeah, he called during the break. Just wanted to talk, man. He said, I'm a big fan, man. All right, brother, let's talk then. You on my water break, but it's all good. But anyway, Keith said Josh should have took his jersey off and threw it to Tony Bradley if he wanted it that bad. That's a classic Keith text.
Yep.
Hey,
he
man,
definitely wanted it.
He couldn't wait until the jersey swap, man. I need that jersey.
I need it right now.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Pete, don't be hating after the Saints getting those phone calls now, man.
Man, Peter want to be me so bad, bro, to come down to just being this.
Like my boy B-Rad, please don't be hating.
I think you misunderstand. I think you misunderstand my comment. I definitely think you misunderstand my comment.
Yeah, you know, Peter, ain't nobody interrupting his safe space, bro.
Oh, yeah. Be like, oh, yeah, we ain't doing all that.
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. In any event, welcome back to the program, and we were talking about the great performance from Grizzlies victorious against the Bulls yesterday, and as part of that, I thought Jaren Jackson Jr. to me was the best player for the Grizzlies, and he talked a little bit afterwards about he said he wouldn't want to go up against himself.
Yeah.
I didn't really check on him, but I mean, I can imagine. I bet it's probably tough, sometimes. So I'm glad, I'm not going against me,
And what did you make of the Steven Adams carry?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And also, was that you trying to recreate that after the...
Dude, I've been seeing that for years, like way back in the day. Like, it may not be back in the day for y'all, but, like, I used to like the Thunder. Like, when I was younger, that be the team, like, I came up on. It's probably weird for y'all. But, like, he was on that team. He would always do that little carry, like, pick up a dude. And then he did it to me when I first got in the league, and I was so mad. I was like, he like did it like on some some funny shit, like just pick me up. I'm like, ugh. And then I saw him do it, but he meant it out there. That's like, you're going for our brother, like get off. And then, I tried, and I was successful too. Mine was pretty good. Probably didn't mean as much, but
yeah, man. Jaren is.
He looks dapper too,
Oh
man.
yeah, that man was smooth last night. I ain't gonna hold you.
Golly,
Yeah,
they
he was
cut
clean.
the check for my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That man said he'd hate to play against him.
He would, and he doesn't have to. Thankfully for him, he doesn't have to at all. He's right. I mean, it's worked out. It's worked out as well as it could possibly work out with the Grizzlies, with Jaren, with the whole team at this point. They're getting about as much love as you could imagine from everybody. I mean, that was it was really it was special to see. It was special to see them, getting the love on TNT and Shaq comparing Ja to Kobe.
Bring on the comps. Bring on all of them.
How about that?
Bring on all the comps. Heard somebody was in the spaces.
I mean,
last
that's
night.
a pretty strong comp.
Yeah, I was in a Twitter space yesterday and heard some fans kind of like, I don't really like all this attention. I don't like the pressure. I was like, welcome to the big leagues, man. Like this is what it looks like when you got a real competing team, when you got a real NBA superstar. Like this you can't.
This is what it's like. Yeah, you got
what it looks
every day.
This is what you want. And the guy was like, well. And another guy was like, well, Kobe didn't, Kobe got the Jordan comps and he didn't live up to it. But he was Kobe, man. Like, you know what I mean?
He
like,
didn't live up to it.
Like, he was.
What do you mean didn't live? I mean,
like, nah, man.
He lived up. Harold Miner got the Jordan comps and didn't live up to it.
You can't say that about Kobe.
Kobe got the Jordan comps and lived up to it.
Bro,
I mean,
bring him
there's
on,
no
bro.
question.
Bring it on. Like, we have to stop. Like, this isn't the mom and pop, lovable, Fox Sports South Grizzlies anymore, man. Like, they're becoming a national name, and you can't run from that. Like, you have to embrace it, man, because we're here. Like, we're being looked at like a total different situation now, man. And I had a text in like telling us to pump the brakes and all that, and like, man, I'm not pumping nothing, man. Like this train is full.
Nothing.
Yeah, I ain't pumping nothing. Like, yeah, this thing is full. This thing is full steam ahead, man. Like, I mean,
of course.
And if they go to the playoffs and don't do anything, so what? You're still on path to be, a great team and one of the top teams in the league. So I'm not going to tell anybody to turn down their enthusiasm, especially people from the outside, man, because it's good. This is what being a real good team looks like.
No, absolutely not. And that's the thing is you have to be, you have to be ready for this, and this is why I think we were talking about it earlier on about Ja and his level of confidence and all that stuff. That is perfect for me. Mm-hmm. That is perfect for me because that is what you want. To me, you want a guy who is super confident and is willing to jump in there and, hey man, you know what? I'm good to go. Like I don't care who's watching me. I love it. Watch me more. You want to talk about me? You want to complain about me? You want to praise me? Whatever. I don't care. That's what you need. You need somebody who is more or less immune to that kind of stuff. And Ja, while I think he takes some criticism too personally, I think sometimes he takes that fan thing to heart and some of that stuff. I will say he does not ever shy away from scrutiny and pressure. Like the guy does not ever fold when the stakes are high. You saw how he stepped up in the playoffs. You saw how he stepped up in all these big time pressure games. That's what you need. You need a guy like that is the centerpiece of your team, and he is that, and everybody else kind of follows his lead. So that's massive as far as I'm concerned, and that's why I think it was unusual for the Grizzlies to get this kind of attention and then play as well as they did in MLK. We've seen them in MLK games before not perform up to, but I think this is a different group. I think it's a different group.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It was really good to see them get that national television game win again. It's stupid exciting, man. Like the All-Star returns are coming out Thursday, and it could look if Ja's well out in front again, you could feel like with only a few days left that he's going to be voted in. From the fan part is being a starter in the All-Star game. We haven't seen that since Mark, and we've never had it from a perimeter player.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? So man, it's crazy, bro. Like it's Man, this is a super fun ride, bro. For sure.
Because we were only worried about the fan portion. We think the coaches and the players are going
and
to
if he wins the fan vote,
portion,
he's in.
Yeah,
man.
the coaches and the players are going to give him his respect.
Yeah, he's in for sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, the only question for Ja is at this point is you know, is he going to start or not? I mean, like everything else is.
Yeah, I mean, if he wins,
that's
where
we're going to
vote, I think he's starting. Yeah. If he wins
absolutely.
that,
yeah,
because the coaches are going to give him his due.
Mm-hmm. Not the coaches, the media and the players.
Was it media and players?
Yeah, coaches
okay.
pick
media
the
and
reserves.
players, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about it, man, but I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it.
I
want that NBA 2K cover, man. I want that signature shoe. I want all that.
Can you imagine when he comes out with the starting five? You know how they give the reserves first,
you know
and then they do their starting five.
Be beautiful, man.
Oh man, he's gonna have Moneybag Yo by himself. Just gonna be Ja and Moneybag.
Hey, bro, y'all don't agree with me, man. That's why I say, Ja, take the slam dunk contest and make it your event. Man, make it your thing. Like I'm about to take this and blow this up.
Dunk with a microphone,
bro. Like go out there and just.
No,
man, you
disagree.
Man, you crazy, Peter. Like he could take that and really make it his, bro. It's dead. It's low. What's it called when you buy low and sell high? He can buy all that. He can buy all that. He can buy all that slam dunk stock and just flip it, man.
Because technically it was dead before.
It's been dead.
It's been dead for a while.
Aaron Gordon killed the slam dunk contest. If y'all want to be honest with you, because that dude looks so goofy out there, man. Like you just
maybe it was Dwight Howard in those three.
It was Aaron Gordon to me, bro. I'm so sick of looking at Aaron Gordon in slam dunk contest. But Ja could get it just. It's kind of like when Kobe did it. When Kobe got it, you know what I mean? Ja could take the whole thing. He's not going to lose. He can just go out there and just show how high he can jump. And people they're going to ooh and off everything he does. He wins it. And he just makes
That's what I was thinking about. Blake Griffin. It was dead before Blake Griffin. But Blake Griffin kind of woke it up with the whole dunking over the Kia car deal, yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, it was pretty much dead prior to and after.
See, I think I don't think there is any reason at all
the youth, Peter,
for
the
Ja to
youth.
do this.
The
It doesn't. What did it do for Aaron Gordon? Had some incredible. He had the dunk where he won 2 contests, and he you had the thing where he jumped over the mascot and did some just crazy stuff.
Twirly wheel,
it's crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? Like it didn't do anything for him. Like it's like oh that's neat.
The only piece I'll push back, Pete, is when I was a child. I think I was maybe 18 when Vince Carter.
When you were a child,
but when Vince Carter did his, I still remember
black and white. It was
wasn't
black
it.
and white. You're I mean, come on, man.
But I remember it though. That's the only thing.
Like
I remember
Elvin Hayes against Bob Pettit. And
but this is what you missing.
Tom Chambers.
This is what people keep forgetting about the slam dunk contest. The slam dunk contest is not for adults.
Yeah, it's not for adults. Yeah, it's not for
kids.
It's not for kids either.
Yeah,
it's not for anyone anymore.
Yes, it is.
No,
you're lying.
Kids still, my kids still lower their goal in the yard and dunk.
Peter, you're wrong.
My kids had a slam dunk contest.
Still get excited when they watch the slam dunk contest, bro.
Absolutely.
You're wrong, Peter. You're just wrong.
My kids lower the goal every weekend and have a slam dunk contest.
I'm with Ja. All it is an unnecessary risk that he takes.
Do you think he cares about the risk? The stuff that dude does?
He does because he doesn't want to do it because he's not doing it. Obviously, he cares.
I think he fears he's going to lose, and he just thinks it's not a big deal. He could take it and make it a big deal. He's big. He's big enough to start to make it a big deal.
He would win automatically. There's no one.
There's no way they let him lose.
Ja's dunks are better in game anyway.
We just go out there and jump over.
We've already talked about this.
He just got to go out there and just.
But think about Little Gabe on Saturday. Little Gabe has his jersey on Saturday, and there is Ja Morant Saturday night.
They watch him dunk, and then he's like, okay, all right, and then the show's over.
You're crazy, bro. Crazy.
No.
Pete, it's the kid inside, man. Let it come
out. Desmond Bain winning the 3-point contest would do a lot more for his career than the dunk contest for Ja.
You're correct on it. It would do more for Bain. You're correct on it. But
I'm not
the
saying
point
helping his career. I'm just saying he could take it and just make it just another niche in another thing in his back pocket to have, bro.
Kids in Memphis would watch that.
Man, heck yeah, they would.
Kids in Memphis would watch that, Pete.
Kids in Memphis are watching. They're not going to stop watching Ja if he doesn't.
Peter, just say you don't like little kids, man. Just say you don't like inner city kids.
Well, you think little kids don't watch Ja Morant now?
Of course they do.
Yeah, they do. I wish I would watch Ja, but he is not in the dunk contest, so I don't really care about it. What are you talking about?
I guarantee little Gabe ain't missing the slam dunk contest if Ja is
exactly.
in. If Ja is
exactly.
in it.
Little Gabe, Gabe Sane is not going to be like, well,
Gabe Coon going to be
I don't care about.
He wouldn't miss it.
I'm not talking about Gabe Coon. I'm talking about Gabe Sane. Gabe Sane's going to be like, oh, Dad, I don't want to watch Ja.
You are crazy.
He's not dunking.
You are crazy.
Oh, come on.
If there's a slam dunk contest, Gabe.
Come on, Pete.
Gabe is going to get more
Of
excited
course,
about that than the game.
everyone. Obviously, people are going to watch it. That's not the point. The point is, what good does it do?
Peter
for him?
Edmonston would watch it and enjoy it.
I would. I watch every dunk contest, but that doesn't mean they're good. It doesn't mean they're good. I watch every dunk contest.
Peter, how you go act like when you were a kid you didn't go nuts watching the slam dunk contest, bro? These little kids have never seen these dunks before. We've seen them all.
Similar to
We're 40.
Jerry Lawler throwing the fire out, man.
Peter, you're crazy. Little kids still, they're doing it for a reason, bro.
Little kids are too busy watching. They're watching TikTok. They're like, oh, look at this guy doing a stupid dance. I'd rather watch that than some ridiculous.
Oh, here it comes. Here comes the Peter Emerson Council session.
Here it is. It's going to be like, yeah.
Peter
Now,
versus
hey, why don't you have that? Why don't you have that instead of the dunk contest, the TikTok dance off? Like,
the TikTok dance off.
Yeah, the TikTok. There you go. Now you want kids to watch. You have everybody go play Minecraft or Roblox and see. Now then kids will watch like nobody's business at that point.
Peter, you a hater, bro. How you act like your
It's
child?
John Morant. It's John Morant versus Giannis in Roblox. Let's go. Like that. Now the kids. Oh my God, kids go crazy.
6 million viewers.
Oh, lose their mind over that thing.
I just don't agree with you, bro. I think if he did that, it would help a certain demographic.
It would.
It would help his appeal even more than what it already is.
Two things can be true. Both of you guys are right. I mean,
I think the slam dunk contest is trash. It's been
it
horrible
is
for
trash.
years.
Exactly. So why do you want to bring John to trash? I think it's trash.
He brings it back to life.
Because
He brings
I'm not
it
the
back to
people.
life.
They're doing it for somebody, Peter. Like I think that if he got it, it would instantly be cool again. It would be cool again.
What Jada Kidd say in his verses? He's the transmission.
Yeah, man.
Ain't gonna be cool
He's
again.
the transmission. He makes it go.
Ain't gonna be cool again.
You just act like
Ain't
you just
cool
remember.
again. No.
Act like you don't remember yourself being a kid. Man.
Ja, please bring Peter to Cleveland so you can dunk over him. Please. Please.
I told you I want to see.
Let Pete throw
the
it
whole
off the
situation.
backboard.
I want to see one guy versus another guy. I want to see the top of the mountain. I want to see King of the Mountain style. You put just like we saw yesterday. A lot of dudes. Kyle Kuzma. Got Embiid.
How about
Russell
Russ?
Westbrook
Come on.
just powered
How
over
about Russ?
Gobert. That's what I want to see. Those are the dunks that I want to see, like in a dunk contest. Like, can you yam it on this guy right in his face? Boom. And you saw Jaren stop DeRozan. DeRozan tried to do it to Jaren, and nope, that ain't gonna happen. That's a great show right there. The best shot blockers against the best dunkers.
Find out
Let's see
Pete
what
be
happens.
sitting up at Mount Morale watching them dunk on each other.
You talk, hey, you want to talk about people getting hype, like the crowd getting hype. Because either way, either somebody's going to have a nasty block and shut somebody down, or you're going to get just dunked on.
Well, let's do it then.
The crowd's going to go, raw! I mean, everyone's going to jump up and go crazy. That'd be phenomenal.
Do it like American Gladiators.
Exactly. And now that's a good idea. See, I got good ideas, man. Dunk contest. Oh, look at me. Oh, I want to put behind my back. Oh, great. Oh,
Act like
through
you
the
ain't
leg.
never been a
Everybody does
kid,
through the
man.
leg now. Everybody does through the leg.
Peter, we know that you had
Never been to Liberty Lane.
We know you had a black maid that was like feeding you Rice Krispie treats back when the slam dunk contest come on as a kid. You probably were distracted and missed a lot.
That Peter cereal bowl.
Yeah, Mr. Had
Got
Mr.
his name on it.
They had Mr. Peter across the front. We understand that your childhood was a little different than ours.
They say Mr. Peter.
But we remember watching on the floor model television, grainy slam dunk contest and going crazy, seeing Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, all those guys. And we believe
Greeny slam dunk contest. What are you?
we know that you had. We know you had the. We know you had the huge satellite dish in your house. It was like 10 people in the whole city had one.
Oh yeah.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. But we did have the one of the first cable boxes. Do you remember the cable box where it had the little slidey thing?
Yeah, I know
the little tan one.
Yeah.
And I know that Miss Carolyn was your remote. I know that Miss Carolyn got up and changed.
She sat up there with all 37 of those channels.
You got this all wrong. I would never do that. I wouldn't be like, Carolyn, change channel 4. I'd never do that.
No, you sitting there drinking lemonade.
If I did, she'd have been like, no, she'd been like, hell no, I'm not doing that. What is wrong with you?
You're changing the television too fast.
Hey man, John,
No,
think
she
about
wouldn't
it.
do that.
Think about it, John. If you're listening, I'm sure you're not. Think about it.
Listen.
Hey, man, John's
Demetrius,
probably listening.
Jamel Morant, don't do it. Under no circle. Only thing that could happen is bad. Like, look at Ja. I really thought he was cool, but it looks like Malcolm Allen just did a lot better than he did. So it looks like he's not like some random, Tim Legler Jr. Tim Legler Jr. got out here and got after me.
Yeah,
okay, right,
Earl Timberlake came out there.
Yeah. Like
how about
put
that?
Conchar in there. Conchar can do it now.
Let Ja bring Money Bates up there.
Man, I want to say that's probably NCAA violation.
Is it with NIL going on?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'm serious, bro. We've used this whole segment to talk about this, but I just think it'd be dope, bro. Just bring the slam dunk contest back to life.
Jump over I am 1 cent, Ja.
Because he's big enough to do it. Ja's big enough to do it.
All right, we'll come back. I don't know. That's not. I can't.
See, what's going to happen is Fat Zion going to come out there next year, and he's going to do it. And Ja can be like, man, I wish I had done that, man.
And when he does it, he's going to shut the
gonna be like,
down.
I'm so glad I didn't do it.
He's going to shut the internet down when he does it, too.
So glad I didn't do it. Thank goodness. Didn't waste my time on this filth. Garbage.
Be quiet, man. Anyway.
Tito Beveridge will be there.
The dog Joe.
The one and only Tito Beveridge?
His wife, Missy. Missy Beveridge and his dog Joe.
Hi, my name is Tito Beveridge.
I'm the sponsor of the Slam Dunk Contest.
Yeah. Johnny Food Product. I own a restaurant over here.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back and continue here on the program, Real Sports Talk Sports 56 98.5.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes from Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So yeah, I used the savings from switching to Progressive 50 years ago to finally buy my dream car. It's a self-driving flying car, but we just say self-flying now. You know, because it's the future, and cars fly in the future.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
It's a brand new year.
And yet still here you are.
And now I'm not saying that you should make New Year's resolutions.
But if you did, they should all have something to do with Central Barbecue, right?
You think I'm so predictable?
That's because you are.
I could have been about to say anything.
As long as anything by mean telling people to go to Central Barbecue.
Well, yeah.
See, predictable. Still, we do love us some Central Barbecue.
Exactly. So people should resolve to spend plenty of time at one of the 4 locations of Central Barbecue this year.
You know what? You're right.
And you said I was predictable.
I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, you're not Pete.
Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike is where you'll find the most bang for your buck. Take your pick with adventure-ready 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport or highest safety-rated 2022 Eclipse Cross. Ready to ride at $349 a month. And this is not a lease. You own it. Want 31 mpg highway in your SUV? We Gossett with 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. Now $398 a month. Plus, at Gossett Mitsubishi, you always get our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So for our best deal, look no further than Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 72 months at 2.9 APR, 3,000 down, 500 loyalty rebate, 500 military rebate, Sport NU 001422, MSRP 27010, Cross NZO 49092, MSRP 27000, Outlander NZO 53093, MSRP 29615, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details, offer valid through 1/31/2022, dealer stock only.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Peter, I'm sure you had something to talk about, but I'm about to hijack this last segment real fast if you don't know.
Go for it. You're good to go.
I have an assumption. I have a healthy assumption about you, and I'm 99.9% sure that this is true. The whole metaverse thing rubs you very wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Because it bothers me. So okay, I know if it bothers me, I know Peter's over there just terrified.
You know me very well.
Yeah, I'm not accepting this very well.
Absolutely stupid.
And the fact that that Facebook is kind of slid this in, I feel like I've been programmed for the last 10 years by Facebook to get myself ready for the metaverse. Because you think about filters on pictures and augmented reality, all that. It's like we were preparing ourselves to be fake. And
agreed, yeah.
And even with the posting, you can create this image of yourself that's not really real. And it's just take that same mindset and put these Oculus on and just welcome to this fake world. Have you ever seen Ready Player One?
Yeah, I saw that one.
I watched it again yesterday, and one of the first things that popped across the screen? Well, obviously it was about virtual reality, and it's about a world where the only people there was no middle class. It was all poverty and rich people because people that were in the middle class were putting all their money into this video game. Say, okay, well, my life ain't that good anyway, so let me just invest all my money into this fake world. And it created where there was a huge divide, where there was no middle class. It was a bunch of poor people playing the game and the rich people who ran the game, basically, or wanted to own the game. When I watched it again for the first time yesterday, that wasn't the first thing that stuck out to me. You know what the first thing that stuck out was? There was a pizza from Pizza Hut flying across the screen that was getting delivered to somebody's house on the drone. And that was before DoorDash, Uber Eats, all those kind of things. That movie came out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, bro, that kind of scared me. That was the first thing you see is somebody getting a pizza delivered to their house while they're playing the game via some drone. I was like, all right, that's scary.
That's like you stated. I think Amazon has that going on.
Yeah, that's scary.
There's a drone that can drop it in your yard or something.
Yeah. This metaverse stuff is starting to freak me out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No question about it. It's terrible.
I don't think that's a get off my lawn thing either, man. I think that's more people should be scared.
No, you really don't want to get me started on the whole thing.
I know.
It'd be a bad situation.
Yeah. Stick to sports, damn it.
Stick to sports,
damn it. We've been here for a long time talking about how they use that to surveil people.
Here we go.
Siphon information for you and all that stuff. Yeah.
Why you think somebody want to know what our everyday tales are, man? Nobody cares about you like that or me.
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, they do.
No, the reason why they do though, it's not because of you personally. It's because of the more detailed your information is, the easier they can sell it to sponsors and advertisers for a lot more money.
There you go.
And,
preach to the sheeple, man. Preach to them. Man.
Everyone's always talked about how they notice oh yeah, well, I was talking about lawnmowers, and then all of a sudden I checked and I've got lawnmower ads all over my stuff like that happens when you walk certain places. They can surveil where you walked. And
I pulled them on Target. I pulled up at Target. I got an alert from Target saying, "Hey, those new AirPods came out today." What?
Yep. I'm just telling you, it's not
the metaverse, man.
This is what it
is.
The
vaccines in the metaverse, man.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the vaccines, thankfully, but it's just it's the metaverse, man.
I had a buddy said he swam with sharks. and he said it was the coolest thing ever.
Man, I would be terrified.
Coolest thing ever. I would be terrified, but he said that like.
Now, Darren, that sounds great. What does that have to do with anything?
Wasn't it like the metaverse
in
deal?
the metaverse,
Yeah, that's like the metaverse world, B.
You done got him stirred up.
Be like, what? Huh?
He's getting short now, man. You can start talking the metaverse. You get up under his skin.
Oh my God! You can't be. He didn't swim with sharks. He was. Isn't stupid? He had a stupid little thing on his face, and he's like, "Oh, look at me." I played 1-on-1 with Michael Jordan. No, you didn't. You put on a stupid little helmet.
Look at this is too Darren. Hey man, Peter, you kind of owe Darren an apology, man. You just snapped at the man for no reason.
I'm sorry, Darren. Darren, I love you. Just
I love you.
Can't start talking about this stuff.
He said, "What the hell?"
I just can't.
We know who's not getting delivery by drones in their house.
All right. We'll come back. Hour number 2. We'll talk to Steven Johnson about some of this stuff, man. Maybe he's got some other less depressing things to discuss. We'll discuss it. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
The new year means the Start Something New sales event is on, so get ready at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. 2021 Jeep Renegade Latitude, $339 a month or $26,250. And get ready for adventure in 2021 Jeep Cherokee Latitude, $429 a month. Get Stone Cold Strength in 2021 Dodge Charger XST at $459 a month. And the Muscle Masterpiece 2021 Dodge Challenger GT, $488 a month. Trade up and we'll give you more for your ride at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. So drive past the rest and come to the best or shop online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 75 months, 3.99 APR. Must finance with Chrysler Capital, $3,500 down. Renegade MPN 27,951, MSRP 28.5. Cherokee MD 235,765, MSRP 32,090. Charger XSD MH 659,742, MSRP 35,385. Challenger GT MH 66,5256, MSRP 37,475. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 2/3/2022 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So yeah, I used the savings from switching to Progressive 50 years ago to finally buy my dream car. It's a self-driving flying car, but we just say self-flying now. You know, because it's the future, and cars fly in the future.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
Barks now offers you just about everything you need for your furry family member. Daycare, luxury boarding, award-winning grooming, veterinary checkups, diagnostic services including digital x-ray, fluoroscopy and ultrasound, complete dental service, vaccinations, preventative care for fleas, ticks, and heartworms, and just about any needed surgical treatment. And did I mention that we treat cats and all types of exotic pets? We are the newest member of the Barks family and the newest, most high-tech veterinary hospital in the Mid-South. Located directly across the street from Barks and Recreation, we are a full-service hospital with a fantastic, experienced staff. If you're having problems getting a timely appointment at your current vet's facility, we are here to serve you. Call us at 901-979-8888. Barks and Medication. Excellence in veterinary care.
If you want to make money in sales, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. If you can sell, Flynn Broadcasting has a great career waiting for you. If you can sell, we have great benefits, salary, commission, sales leads, and a great place to work. If you can sell, let us know today. Send your resume to jobs@flynn.com. Can everyone sell? No. But if you can, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. Apply today at jobs@flynn.com. Start your great career today at jobs@flynn.com. Flynn Broadcasting wants you.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. This hour is brought to you by Poultry Power. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Yeah.
Any dancing going on in the metaverse?
Man.
Oh.
Peter, I didn't mean to take you there, bro. I knew you would go there.
Yeah, you took. Yeah. You did. You knew what you were doing.
Man, when I'm on there, what's that to do with that?
You should make a T-shirt with Peter's face and metaverse on it. See people walking around.
Peter metaverse.
Yeah.
Peter metaverse.
Yes. And the picture must have his headphones on, like he's in full state. You gotta have the headphones on. Gotta have it on.
So your kids want one. You're not getting it for them?
No.
Oh man.
No. We talked about it. It's just no, we're not having it.
Oh God,
not for a second.
Gabe hasn't talked about it at all. I'm not there either, man. His mom may end up getting it for him, but because Roblox itself already is the exchanging of money for like virtual money is that alone.
Roblox is a huge scam, unfortunately for the kid. They just they prey on these kids. It's just
for him to buy virtual clothes, and I'm like, I don't have time for this. So I'm not investing a penny in it. Yeah. But
try to get him to do this stuff where he can, you tell him he's gonna make money, making his virtual games and all. It's just it's terrible. It's terrible.
Come on to the metaverse, Peter.
Touching the metaverse.
Hey, Peter, something might be up your alley, though, man. You got a couple of actresses that have metaverse compatible work. Wink, 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 hint, hint, wink, wink.
That's that is definitely of all the uses of the metaverse. That's definitely the only one that might be intriguing. I mean, did you see Stephen? Forgive me for a second, Stephen Johnson. Just 1 second.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of stuff I'm talking about. And then we're going to talk to Stephen, I promise.
Cool. I guarantee you Stephen's all in. He's got the Oculus on right now while he's doing the show.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, he got his PS5 last week, right?
Mr. Technology. I can't wait to see what's going on with that. But anyway, no. So what you're talking about, the let's say the certain skills, certain things that these young ladies are showing on the the metaverse and whatnot. Well, people have these devices that engage themselves in certain pleasurable experiences that are linked to the internet, and you can based on what you're watching or what a partner is watching, that partner can control the let's say sort of activity of this device that you put on yourself. While you're in the metaverse, so you could actually put some physicality behind these events that you're talking about, right? I think y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with
you. Being married in the metaverse. I might
sign up for that. This sounds kind of
intriguing.
So yeah. How about this? So here's what's intriguing. How about this? Several gentlemen were using this device, and all of a sudden it locked, and it turned out that they had been hacked, and this hacker had them, and they had to pay a certain amount of Bitcoin to get this thing to release their junk in the metaverse. Yeah.
Hey, that's kind of scary.
Yeah. Put the squeeze on him, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to pay whatever you got to pay because this is A, super embarrassing, and B, super painful. And so, can you imagine? Yeah, oh man, check this out. I'm gonna put this thing on in the metaverse.
See, that whole thing just seems like a setup. That seems like a way to get blackmailed, like doing that in the metaverse. Like this seems because you got a lot of scams going on where people are like pretending they're catfishing online. They're like, hey, video call me, and then you video calling some dude recording you, and then it's like, hey, I got a video.
Is that Barack Obama on there?
Exactly. But Steven Johnson, who might be in the middle of.
Why don't you have a seat over there, sir? What the?
I thought you were 21.
I knew you're 18. Why don't you have a seat over there, sir?
Steven Johnson might be in the middle
Steven
of...
Johnson, why don't you have a seat over here, Steven Johnson?
Do you have a device hooked up to you right now, Steven Johnson? as we speak?
One thing I got hooked up right now is the PS5.
Oh, okay.
I tried the Oculus before a couple weeks ago. Couldn't see my money.
Nah, it's a little bit too immersive for me, man. Like, I don't feel comfortable with those things, though, at all.
Well, I was doing a little game where you can walk on a plank or something like that.
Yeah.
And I fell, and I'm scared of heights, bro. So when I fell off, it felt like I was on a roller coaster for real. I was like, I'm good. That's a little.
Oh, it's
too
one of the
real.
funny. It actually, if you watch those videos, that is really one of the funniest things. Like the VR experience where they have you walk in, you get out of an elevator and you walk off on like the 100th floor on this like little piece of like wood, and you look down. And so they put people in this room and give them the VR goggles and put a little piece of wood, and they walk on. And when they step off, it's like they freak out, even though they're falling like 3 inches. They go, ah! It's a great prank.
It feels like you're literally falling off a building, man. Like real talk.
Nah,
real
good.
Talk. So traumatized.
So you definitely want to be part of that. That seems like a great idea. Stupid metaverse. Steven Johnson, have you ever wanted to be in the metaverse when you're at one of these Tiger games and you're trying to put on the
Do you wish you could just unplug it? Like I have to.
You just kind of unplug it and just plug it back in. Have they tried rebooting this Tiger season? It seems like something's up with it. Maybe the cartridge. Maybe they got to just reboot that thing. Turn it off, turn it back on, blow in the cartridge, something like that. Something's not right.
I can tell you this: I would have been anywhere except that arena when they started storming the court on Saturday because it was just.
Oh boy.
That was a tough one. I kind of had a bad feeling about it, especially when Josh got ejected. But just to see how they kind of collapsed at the end, wasn't surprised. But that was definitely a tough one to watch and write about.
When you saw the way that they collapsed towards the end, up 10 with 2 minutes to go, there was a stretch where you had to turn over, then they got the ball back and turn over it again, turn it right back over again in the final seconds of the game. What was your frustration level seeing this game just slip out of the Tigers' hands last weekend?
I wouldn't even just say I was frustrated anymore. Like if this game happened in December or November, I'd be frustrated. But when it happened on Saturday, it was kind of. I wouldn't say I was expecting it because even until they hit the buzzer beater shot, I thought Memphis was going to win. But Memphis, for the most part, unless they're just kind of playing. They play up to their competition and sometimes down to it. So if it's like a nationally televised game, we've seen that team play its best basketball, but playing at East Carolina, ESPN Plus type of game, they start so well, they kind of take their foot off the gas. It was just kind of expected, you know what I mean? Because right now they can't. The team you saw against Alabama and Wichita State is not the team we've seen these last 3 games, even the win over Cincinnati, and it's just. I know injuries play a part of it, but saying as you kind of been saying on Twitter, and I agree with it. You still got 4 guys that have earned first-round NBA draft buzz. So even if you only have 6, 7, 8 guys, you have more than enough talent to beat the teams that they kind of lost to. UCF is one thing, but Tulane, and now Tulane is kind of decent, but just to lose to East Carolina when you were up almost 20 points. That was just, it was almost inexcusable to me.
When you're observing the team up close, Steven, you get to cover the team. You're sitting on press row during the games. What does the vibe look like? Because to me, like watching on TV, they look like a team that has zero confidence. They don't fit. It looks like they don't seem to be playing like the team that has much more talent. It seems like they're on edge, like they're just waiting for the inevitable mistakes to pile up. Like, what is your sense being even closer than us who are watching on television?
Well, I think it's always interesting because, the Forum, shout out to the Forum that had the best press row seats I've been at so far. When you're up that close, you kind of hear some of the comments from Penny and things like that. When they're at home, when they're running, the energy is different. Even from Penny, the energy is different. It's more vibrant. Guys are off the bench a lot more. They're playing a lot more loose, a lot more fun. But when you see these games in person, there's just a little less energy. Even like outside of the Wichita State game, they don't bring that same type of fire, I would say. And I do think sometimes they play with a lot of pressure on them. You know what I mean? Especially down the stretch. But it was just kind of like with the East Carolina game, Pirates kept getting closer and closer. They had so many opportunities. All they needed was a good 8-0 run, and early in the game, that game's probably over if you get it to like a 23-point lead in the second half. But They kept letting East Carolina hang around. They started hitting threes. Josh goes out the game. And then I just think they got tight because in their final 2 minutes, they scored 1 point. They missed a bunch of free throws. They turned it over twice on one possession. You know what I mean? So, and it's just basically, I agree with you 100%, man. They don't play with that same loose energy and confidence that we see them play with at home.
The swagger and all that stuff for sure is long gone. I agree with you as far as they had enough talent to win that game. Certainly they should have. They didn't. And there's a lot of blame to go around. The thing I've picked up on, Stephen, and maybe you can illuminate us based on what you've seen. I really feel like the body language from Penny is problematic. It feels to me like, seeing him, at least, from my position, it looks to me like he's sort of just kind of slumped over during the game. I don't get a lot of energy. I don't get a lot of excitement from him. It looks like he's sort of resigned. They cut to him, the close-up of him on the sideline, and he's kind of just going and sort of leaning against the scorer's table and kind of looking at the box score sheet and just sort of like trying to figure this thing out. And I don't know if this season has just eliminated that swag that he had at the beginning of the year, but this man came out on a Polaris, and the smoke and all, and he just looks, to me, he just looks beaten. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just looks like he's beaten.
I think there's something to it, and I kind of just like the players. What was it against Cincinnati? He had some of that bravado, some of that flair, especially when they're hitting the dunks and the threes. He's pumping the crowd up. But I do think Penny's a little bit more muted on the road in a sense, and I wonder, they always question this with great players in terms of being coaches, that it was kind of hard for them to make that transition because sometimes the players can't execute and do the things that they did when they were playing. So oftentimes when I'm talking to Penny, he keeps, and I know some people don't really like when he says stuff like this, but he makes it almost seem like, hey, man, we go over this stuff with him, we watch film, we break it down, and then when the game happens, I don't know what happened. So I think there's a level of frustration. Sometimes it makes you wonder, like, is his voice reaching certain guys because, either he's giving them too much in terms of the game plan or he's not doing enough. Because if you keep saying that, hey, we know what's coming, we just can't stop it, then I think that's a little bit more alarming than, say, if a team, switched it up and went to a new look. So I definitely think there's some frustration. I think he tries to stay positive overall, but I don't think anybody's feeling the disappointment more than him right now.
You had talked about Josh Minot earlier, and how people are saying that the game kind of swung once he was put out of the game for the altercation or whatever. How pleasantly surprised are you to see how he's really producing since he's not only getting time now but actually being in the starting lineup as well?
Well, I guess it just kind of goes back to why wasn't he playing from the jump? And I'm not saying just playing. If Minot was in the rotation, they wouldn't have. It would have changed 4-game losing streak and things like that. But I think it's fair to wonder, as promising as he's been, how good would he look right now if he was able to kind of get that run in some of those, Ole Miss, Georgia, some of those other games where he wasn't playing as much now, because I think he's been arguably the most impactful guy since he's been in the lineup, double-doubles. He might be in terms of just purely passing with vision, I think he might be the passer on the team, because some of the looks that he's created for guys, especially in transition, have just been like wow. So every game he's making 2 or 3 kind of just eye-popping plays that just make you realize how special of a talent he is. I know he was a top 50, top 40 kid, but it's clear, man, he was underrated in high school, and we're only starting to see the surface of it. So I guess if there's been a positive, it's been the emergence of him. But I think people are always going to wonder, what if he was playing a bigger role, whether he was starting or coming off the bench, and what type of impact that could have had on the Tigers earlier in the season.
Well, and then the situation, with the coaching. I mean, you have, Larry Brown, just kind of continues to seem, I don't know what impact he's had. I can't really, gather a whole lot of information about what specifically he's done, other than everyone, the obligatory shot during the game of they cut to Larry Brown. It's like, man, this man is 81 years old and he lives and breathes the game. I talked to him the other day, and man, he was sharp as a tack. It's like sort of patronizing, like old grandpa who like still can. We went to the old folks' home, and old grandpa still, knew about sports. Like, I mean, what he's like the lead assistant. Like, he's supposed to. What are we doing out here? And then Rasheed Wallace. I don't even know what to say about Rasheed Wallace at this point. What do you make of the coaching situation, especially given, Stephen, the fact that final play of the game ends up with Tyler Harris at 5'7", 5'8", guarding a guy that's a foot taller than him, and giving up a game-winning basket.
Well, I would say one thing for sure, that Memphis has shown kind of an inability in my mind to close out games, and that goes down to late game execution. In the NBA, we know it's kind of just about the stars making plays at the end. In college, we know the coaches are a lot more involved, so it's a lot of schemes, getting good shots. And why was Tyler on the 6'6", 6'5" guy at the end of the game? Then you go back to the Tulane game where it seems like the best option was going to Alex Lomax when you had a lot of other guys that were kind of thriving and playing better than him. So I think those are just two examples of why this team has kind of struggled in these close games. Murray State, just the way Murray, if you guys remember, just the way Murray State just kept executing down the stretch. They were getting good looks every time while Memphis was getting stagnant. Even the same thing with Tulsa in the sense, and the Tigers were able to survive that. So at the end of the day, it's Penny's program, and whether or not he's empowering those coaches to really put their stamp on the game, that's on him, man. And at times, the numbers have dropped a little bit since those two losses, but the Tigers actually were kind of one of the top scoring offenses in the country before these last two games. So they turned the ball over like crazy, but when, for the most part, they've been able to kind of put up points despite that. So I guess, if anything, that might be a little credit to Larry Brown. But overall, I would say that has been another disappointing aspect, and considering the fact that they haven't had Rasheed for the last couple of games now, there's no telling when he's going to come back.
What's the status of Rasheed? What's going on with Rasheed?
Well, Penny last told us he was in health and safety protocols, and I'm speculating, but I got to imagine. Doesn't sound like he's in the hospital. It sounds like he's okay. So thankfully, that's good news. I just wonder if there's something administrative going on. Obviously, we know the Tigers are taking their vaccination status a lot more serious since the Tennessee game. But I just wonder if there's anything like that going on that's not allowing him to come back yet, just because the Tulane game was December 29th. We're almost a month away. That's a long time to be in health and safety protrocols, and it doesn't sound like he's been hospitalized.
Would you guess? It sounds like he's not vaccinated, perhaps, and maybe that's the situation. Maybe he's not vaccinated, or doesn't want to be vaccinated, or has to wait, and something to that effect.
That's a theory I have. Like speculation. That's just a long time to be in health and safety protocols. Like I said, obviously you hope he's okay, but it sounds like Penny talked to him recently. He says Rasheed's still been, talking to the team over Zoom, so that doesn't sound like somebody that's, on a ventilator or anything. So I think there's a little bit more to it than just being.
I just imagine somebody like down bad with COVID being on a Zoom call, like, I'm sorry.
So I think there's a little bit more to it, but he's still on the staff as of yesterday, from what Penny was talking about on his radio show.
Right. Well, Steven, the streets are talking, man, and I listen to the streets sometimes. And the streets are saying that it could be a little bit more on the weird side, like, that it is a legit health and safety protocol, but it has nothing to do with symptoms or actually having a positive diagnosis. More so on the, he hasn't taken care of his business type thing. But yeah,
I honestly, I think that's close to what it is. And honestly, somebody literally just sent me a tweet. So the rumors have been kind of just persistent these last couple of weeks with Rasheed. So I think, when there's smoke, sometimes there's fire, man. And like I said, Penny has been, I think, kind of learning from early in the season, has been very close to the vest with any type of injury, COVID information. So right now the official story maybe be he's in health and safety protocols. But I got to think I got to think there's more to it. Probably has to do with some type of vaccinations, especially if the Tigers are trying to add another game. So with what's going on with this program, I don't think it's as simple as just like he's still in health and safety protocol. So I think there is probably some to the rumors and some to the smoke going on.
Well, Penny said he wanted all the smoke. So
yeah, there's more of it right there. Steven Johnson joining us here on the program. It's just so when did you get this gig?
So say it again.
When did you get this gig?
When did you start, covering Tiger basketball?
When did you start covering?
I did double duty starting, I think, in April. I think Danielle left right at the NIT, and I officially started full time in July, maybe. Sounds about right. So
right before Imani committed, kind of thing. Is that what you're right? Jalen Duran.
Yeah, right before Imani, Jalen, and Laird came on.
All right. So
we just remember your optimism, man. We felt so happy for you.
Yeah, I felt bad for you because I remember when we talked to you first, how excited you were about this season and about what was going to happen and about covering this crazy train, and excitement and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
now you rather have your metaverse goggles on.
The Final Four this year. I just knew I was going to be covering the Final Four.
Yeah, of course you did. Everyone was thinking like this is going to be. At least at minimum, it's a Sweet 16 team, surely. And at this point now,
we're just hoping we can see you in the conference tournament Final Four.
They have to assume, that they got to win the conference tournament, right?
Yeah, I would say yes, but honestly, after the loss to ECU, I was checking some bracketology. They still had Memphis in like that first four group. So ideally, you'll still have a couple quad one opportunities, both games against Houston. Some of those other teams at Cincinnati, at SMU might be quad one depending on their rankings or whatnot. But they haven't really shown anything yet. They've shown that they can probably beat one of those teams, but they've also shown that they can't really string together the amount of games they need to possibly get an at-large bid. So it's just like, I think at the end of the day, based off what we're seeing now, and maybe that'll change once they get a little bit healthier, even if they pick up a couple quality wins, it's hard to have the confidence that they're not going to pick up any more bad losses. So I think unless they just show something completely different, they probably are going to have to go down to Dallas-Fort Worth and win the AACS conference tournament.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, you can definitely look at this team and see a scenario where, because they've still got the same talent they had that we all got excited about. You can definitely see a scenario where they can make that deep run based on the talent they have. But like you said, you can also see some more bad losses coming down the line. So they're so hard to figure out, man.
Yeah. They'll do just enough. Like, I wouldn't be SMU. That's a big game. I would not be surprised if they came out and beat SMU, especially if they get a player or two back. And then, you beat one of the top teams in the league. So then it's going to give people, people going to kind of be like, okay, is it time now? And then, something bad could happen when they go at Tulsa. So you really don't know. You really just got to take it game by game. That's why I think when you guys asked me last week how they turned the corner, I said, let me get back to you after Central Florida, and they have not. So I guess it's another situation where
this just in, they have not turned the corner.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you keep turning enough corners. You keep turning enough corners, and you end up, right back where you started. So I think that's kind of where they've kept turning. What is the latest injury wise from who, if anyone, will they have back for SMU?
Well, they won't have. They likely, per Penny, won't have Jaden Hardaway back. It sounds like Alo on the radio show. They said they were kind of expecting him back sometime this week. That might be Tulsa instead of Thursday. He said Landers Nolly and DeAndre Williams were both game time decisions day to day. Cryptic as always, but it sounds like I think he's optimistic he's going to get maybe one of Landers or DeAndre back, which will be huge on Thursday as well too. So if they can get any of those guys back, even Alo at this point, it would be big just because they need the bodies. But in particular, I think they really need to get Dre back before they kind of go on that tough. February's going to be a tough month for them.
Every month is a tough month for them. Every month.
Just got to get some bodies out there, man.
All right.
Just run out of bodies. We got 4 NBA players out there, man. We need some more bodies. to beat ECU.
Steven, how's the PS5 working out?
Oh man, the PS5 is amazing. I don't know about this season, but I bring the 5 with me on every road trip, and it's been the best purchase I've made in quite a long time.
You might want to broadcast
the
it.
games
You have it
so
on you.
fast on it.
Yeah, you might want to keep that on the low.
Yeah, you might. My man robbed you at the airport.
Oh, nah, trust me, I'm protected.
Okay, then.
All right. Don't run up on Steven Johnson trying to get his PS5. Ain't gonna happen.
Hey, there'd be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. You mess around with them.
I keep the 5 for the 5.
Okay, then. Okay, John Morant, we see you over there. All right.
Be careful. 12 out there.
Yeah, be careful now. Steven Johnson out there. Goon squad. Goon gang over here. Steven, we appreciate you, brother. Hey, we talking real life or meta life? What we talking about? Hey, man, so he bought the PlayStation 5.
Walk up to your house, knock on your door. And...
Man, what? Gonna take her to the clubhouse.
Hey man, this
why
PS5 clubhouse.
These things.
Oh man.
All right, let me get out of here.
All right, bro.
Yeah,
Back to the game.
That's right. All right. That's right. All right. Steven Johnson joining us here on the program. We're just trying to bring some light into his life because it's been a tough year.
Hey, that man's life is not tough. That man covers a college basketball team and plays PlayStation 5 all day. I'm not feeling bad for Steven Johnson at all. Plus, he's probably.
Would you just look at this? I got something fun to tell you when we come back.
All right, bet.
A little exciting news. It's a little fun flashback, little wink and a nod right here. All right, so when we come back, we'll continue here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 98.5.
Brett Norsworthy and Gabe Kuhn drive you home with Sports Time on Sports 56. Brought to you by DeSoto Auto Sales. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does with your favorite mixer. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand bottled, taste tested, sent to a few friends, then taste tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff. Just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com.
Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
It's a new year. That means it's time for a floor model sale at Family Leisure. You can help Family Leisure make room for all the new 2022 products that are coming in. All floor models are priced to move right now. If it's on the floor, it's on sale. But you better hurry to get these special savings because once these floor models are gone, folks, they're gone. We're talking theater seating, massage chairs, arcades, foosball and hockey tables, all on sale. Shuffleboard tables, pool tables, they're on sale too. Plus, there's so much more on sale. And you can get New Year's deals on spas and swimming pools as well. Family Leisure needs the room for new inventory. So what's here has got to go. You can help them. The floor model sale is happening now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together. Happy New Year from our good friends at Family Leisure.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. This hour is brought to you by Poultry Power. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Watching it slow motion.
You know, it's nice. It's nice when the past and the present can come together. You know what I mean? Anthony's saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't know what I mean.
No, I don't. So let me know.
I'm gonna tell you what I mean. So I posted a little clip here before the show on Twitter of Jaren Jackson Jr. and his defensive prowess.
Yeah.
A little sequence where he did really some nice stuff from Jaren. Blocked, defended 1-on-2, pick and roll, blocked a shot, grabbed a rebound, started the offense, went down everything that you want from a modern big man. Fun little video. You know I like to do videos.
Yeah.
But guess who just moments ago who liked that tweet, who was looking at it and gave his seal of approval to it?
Tony Allen, the thirsty dog.
Mark Gasol.
Oh, there it is.
The big man himself, ladies and gentlemen. Jaren's first season mentor.
Yep.
Who's still watching
from
over
afar
in Spain and still paying attention and still appreciating it. And Mark has given his seal of approval.
So, you know what Mark is doing. You know what Mark is doing, man. Go ahead and say it. I'm gonna let you say it.
You think he's trying to lay some groundwork? He wants to a little.
He trying to get on the end of that bench, man. You know he is.
He try. Hey. I'll tell you what.
He put the story out the other day saying, "Hey, don't rule out me coming back and playing, and I'm not as retired as y'all think I am."
Mean,
come on, man.
I mean, would that be for a playoff run for getting a champion like Marc Gasol?
Here we go.
As a mentor. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, he had a great playoff run. That was a great playoffs for him. He did really well. He got super hammered after the
exactly.
Playoff. I mean,
we can do a whole segment on this. But here's my thing. I talk a lot of crap about Marc Gasol. Don't ever think that my nostalgia and just I'd be all in my feels to see Marc Gasol being the backup on our bench right now.
Oh, I mean, would that not be just?
I would absolutely love it, man. Don't get it twisted now. I talk a lot of crap, but I would love to see Marc Gasol give it one last run here, for sure. Even if he's just out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the guys just coming up and playing with his hair, like, "Oh, you crazy kids!" Oh.
I mean,
I can see it. I can see it, man.
Hey, I think that
make it happen.
That press
Peter,
conference.
Text him real fast, man. Say, hey.
I will. I'll text him.
Text him. Hey, man. Hey.
Man, you want to come back? I'll make a phone call.
Yeah, go ahead. Matter of fact, just go ahead. Me and Darren will finish the rest of the segment. You can call Mark.
I'm gonna loop in Kleiman and Mark.
Yeah,
just
make
do a group text.
If man says go group text with Kleiman, yeah.
I'm gonna do a group text and just say,
hey, why y'all playing?
Hey, Zach, Mark wants to come back. What do you think?
Mark's campaigning though, man. Like he's trying to.
I mean, is that? Think about though. If the role is just to play like a tiny bit of time, but really just to kind of
be here,
continue to be the mentor, teach, positioning, defensive stuff like that. And you remember Mark. The thing with Mark is he's a great passer. Mm-hmm. He did a lot of the stuff that you see from Steven Adams is stuff that Mark was doing. Yeah. So I mean that role of just being the focal point, just being able to pass from the elbow and all that. I mean, Mark was.
But how do we know Mark wants to be that dude? Because he did a S-show job of doing that when he actually played for us. Like he wasn't no part of helping anybody.
Well, I think.
At least guys he didn't think. We had a bunch of idiots on that team back then too. So.
Yeah, I mean, he tried his best with Deontay Davis. But Deontay Davis was
a horrible example to use is Deontay Davis.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Deontay Davis was. Come on, man. Dumber than
I can see him like getting Tillman and Jaren and having a.
But I mean, he was incredibly complimentary of Jaren, and he worked really hard with Jaren and had a huge amount of respect and time for Jaren when he was there. So I think he has I think that's one of the reasons why he liked that clip is because it's a lot of what Mark really talks about, like all the little things and doing that stuff, and he tried to teach him that. So I think him coming back is almost like a half assistant coach, just kind of might occasionally
he can be
get some
our
run.
Tim Frazier. He can be our Tim Frazier.
I mean, if it comes down to like John Teskey or whatever versus like Marc Gasol, I mean, come on, man, what are you doing here? Yeah. It's not like he's taking anybody's significant minutes. It's not like no one's saying, hey, start him over Steven
Adams, won't play at
start
all.
him over. No one's. Yeah, he probably wouldn't play. But if he I think the role Vince Carter was so good, and I talked about this when he was here. Even he was so I had such a level of respect for him as opposed to so many of these other big time guys who he understood that his role had to change as he got older, and he wasn't the same guy, and he was so willing to just sit and give back and be a mentor and be a sixth man or be a seventh man or come off the bench even deeper than that, but just to be there. I thought it was awesome to see, and not a lot of guys do that. And I think Mark is to that point now where it's like if he came back, it would strictly be as a, he know full well. I think when he was here, the difference is when he was here, he still thought of himself, and rightly so, as a, high level NBA player because he went to Toronto and he helped them win a championship. So he clearly was still a high level player. That's changed in the intervening years since then. I don't think he would think of himself in that way. I think he'd be much more open to, to giving that time, especially especially if he was signed in that role. He would know full well what he was being signed for.
Yeah, man, I would definitely be down for it. And I'm half joking. I don't really know if Mark is campaigning at all. It feels like he might be, especially when you put out that tweet and he's, co-signing about Jaren.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Peter, are you texting Mark right now as we speak? I know there's your man's and everything. Are you hitting him up right now? Because you look a little occupied while you're over there in the Emerson Library.
Just talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm sending some texts out just to see. I want to see if we can make this thing happen. I don't know if we can or not.
Yeah, man, make it happen, bro.
Well,
so it's just nice. I just thought it was nice. It was nice. I saw that and I said, "Oh man, that's nice to see." I appreciate that Mark is still paying attention. He was in town. A month ago for Zebo's jersey retirement. I mean, he saw it all up close. He had a long conversation with Jaren when he was here. I saw him doing that. I think he really likes Jaren. I mean, I think that's the other thing. I think he knows how good. Because I never heard Mark talk about anyone the way he talks about Jared. Like he knew, he's a smart guy in addition to being a huge athlete and all that. And I think he appreciated the intelligence with which Jaren played.
Wow. Well, speaking of Mark talking, I may have sent a text message or two.
All right.
And what I have here is an answer from Mark Gasol about how open he would be to come and play.
All right, come on.
Okay.
They're very open-minded. They're not afraid. They're creative, and I think that's a great sign because that means that everybody has a lot of capabilities and ways of doing different things. So it's great to see.
Yeah, he said he's interested. He said he's open-minded and he thinks the team is creative right now. So
that's for real?
Absolutely.
Where'd they come from?
He came from me, man.
When was it?
When was that?
From me, man.
When was it, fam?
No, for real. When was that?
I can't disclose all that over there. It came from the metaverse. I quickly did some stuff, and I made some stuff happen. So, hey, he said he was open-minded. He said, hey.
He was talking about playing for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he's listening to us right now. He just said that to old D.
He's talking about something else.
He just sent that to old D. So he's open-minded. Likes the way the team is being creative. I said, hey, what'd you think about it? He said, I'm not answering Peter. I'm talking to you.
Yeah. All right,
good deal, man.
Good stuff, man. Good find.
Just got another text here. It said Darian's full of bully. I can't say that on the air.
He said in Espanol.
From the metaverse.
Yeah, got another text there.
The quickest way to reach Mark is in the metaverse, man.
Yeah.
I can promise you he's not in the metaverse. I can promise you that.
Hey, I think you guys answered this question too about Powell for the Hall of Famer. Is he a Hall of Famer, Mark?
Who, Mark?
Is Mark a Hall of Famer?
Yeah,
he will.
Absolutely.
What about Zebo?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't even know what Mark is. Hold on. Mark won't be first.
I think the international stuff
puts Mark in. I think Mark eventually gets in, but he's not going to be first ballot,
though. Mark international stuff definitely plays,
the international
plays a role,
stuff,
but also a championship. He's got a championship. He's got a defensive player of the year. There's stuff that that's on his resume that isn't on Zach's. So
man,
I think that makes a difference there.
Zach's like not top 20 in anything, like rebound and scoring. He hadn't got any of that, right?
I haven't looked, but I just think it's gonna. I don't. It's no knock on Zach.
No knock on him.
I think the Gasols are in. I think the titles are the cherry on top of everything else that happened. But good stuff, everybody.
Thanks for Mark checking in.
Yeah, thanks to Mark for checking in. When we come back, we'll finish things up. We'll talk a little bit about the rest of the NFL playoffs, where things stand going into the divisional round. A few bits of news and notes from there as we continue here. Live and local from the Family Leisure Studios, hour number 2, presented by Poultry Power. Real Sports Talk, Sports 5698.
The all-new Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Brought to you by Action 24/7, James Gaddis Jewelers, and Acura of Memphis. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, Jeff Allen, it's a new year, and that means time to make your customers happy in 2022 at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah.
Happy is easy to do with our great savings. I've got a take your pick that will knock your socks off. How about a 2022 Kia Forte LXS or a 2022 Kia Sportage? Your choice, $199 per month.
Forte's $27.99 due at signing, and Sportage is $34.99 due at signing. Plus, all Gossett Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
Plus a 2022 Kia Sorento $359, only $34.99 due at signing, and all 36-month leases. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month leases, 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Sportage N702 7277, MSRP 25460. Forte NE 442833, MSRP 21980. Sorento NGO 990119, MSRP 35340. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 plus finance through KMF. Excludes tax filing and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 2/3/2022. Dealer stock only.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Right now is a great time to take advantage of Choate's winter specials by upgrading your furnace, switching to a Rinnai tankless water heater, or getting $50 off air duct cleaning. By now, you most likely have heard of the benefits of UV light technology for your HVAC system. Purchase any new Carrier furnace right now, and we will install one for you at no additional cost. For those who have not installed a tankless water heater yet, what are you waiting on? Stop wasting utilities heating water you do not use and getting frustrated taking cold showers or baths. Right now, when you purchase a Rinnai tankless water heater, Choates will install one premium toilet for free in your home. And Choates is offering $50 off its air duct cleaning services. Not only does this service get the years of dust out of your ducts, it also helps the indoor air quality you and your family breathe every day. All these specials qualify for 18 months, no interest financing with approved credit. So call 347-8086 to schedule your free estimate today. Turn to the experts with Choates and let our family serve your family.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. This hour is brought to you by Poultry Power. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Got a little breaking news for you, Peter. Mr. Gabe Coons says he agrees with you. He does not care about the dunk contest, but he said if Ja Morant was in it, he'd watch it 1,000% and super excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, no one said he wouldn't watch it.
Said he'd be
It's just
super excited about it as well.
Wouldn't care about it. Like, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Stop, Peter. Just stop, man. You're just being a real grouch, man. Like, little kids still love slam dunk contests. Hate to tell you. They do.
Kids love this.
Jay Morgan
They've
doubled
never
down
seen
as
those
well.
dunks before. We've seen all those dunks. Those kids haven't seen it, bro. It's all new to them.
What do you think? They
Just
watch
like
those
everybody's
videos.
making
They've seen them
80s
all.
music all over
They've seen
again.
them all. It's like,
They think
oh
it's
my
incredible.
God, it's incredible. Look at that dunk. I dunked it again. Oh, what if he missed? What if he did? What if he was terrible?
Who was that dunked like 7 times and it just was horrible?
Yeah.
Is that Nate Robinson?
Yeah, what Nate Robinson had like 15
Like
attempts.
15
Like, he couldn't even jump up there. He was so tired. He's just, that kind of thing.
But Gabe Cohn says he does not care about the dunk contest as a whole, but if Ja Morant was in it, he would be super
And
excited
little kid
about
Gabe
it.
Coon would have lost his mind.
Absolutely.
Watching it.
Jay Morgan says definitely he would watch it if Ja was in it.
You stop the nonsense, Peter. You're just being a grouch, man. And you know what? I watch it with my Oculus goggles on, just like I'm on the court. I go buy an Oculus just so I can be on the court watching this joint, man.
What if he dunked with the
It's like,
Oculus
yeah,
on?
can-
What if
can
he
he-
dunked with the Oculus on?
Can you hear me talking and squealing? I'm like, yeah, Big 12, get him, John. Yeah, you got this. Ooh, baby. Like those All-Star Disney shoes you got on, man. You need your own shoes, John.
Look like a 50 to me.
Like a 50 to me. Yeah, all you got to do is just tell John, hey, man, you know, I think Zion will beat you in one of these slam dunk contests, and he'll go out there.
There you go.
Murder.
Oh, for real? Okay.
I didn't even know it was a slam dunk. You know, he'll act like
I didn't know it was a slam
I never
dunk.
heard there was a slam dunk. I never even heard of slam dunk.
Did it get
before.
something? Oh, y'all was going to win.
Of course I knew about it. I lived it. I watched it every night.
You heard him when he,
I didn't know
you heard
we
him
were
when he
on.
said he did. Oh, I didn't even know there was a national
He's like,
TV game.
I didn't know we were on TV. I didn't know we were on national TV. I didn't know they televised these games. What?
But directly after the game, he knew he was a +5.
Well, you mean people pay? I didn't know people bought tickets. I mean, I just thought they showed up. I don't know nothing about that.
Hey, you remember like his rookie year, the Grizzlies were playing Miami, and Chris Nunn, not Nunn, what's the kid's name?
That was his first game. Kendrick Nunn. Yeah,
Kendrick Nunn. It was Ja. No, not the first game. The second time they played them, when Kendrick Nunn and Ja were like getting Rookie of the Year type stuff going around.
Yep.
And it was like Ja. I was like, everybody's like, Ja, you got the matchup with Kendrick Nunn. Both you guys looking like candidates for Rookie of the Year. What are your thoughts? He was like, all I'm thinking about is Grizzlies versus the Heat. I don't care about any matchups. You remember that? Then when the game's over, he's like mounting off the Nunn, like, yeah, remember, Rookie of the Year goes through me. I was like, what? Like, this dude was a maniac. Oh, man. Give me all
That's
of
how
it.
he is.
Ja was like,
That's how he is.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year comes through me and ever. I was like, all right.
I'm telling you, that's
All
how
right,
it is,
12.
man. That's just how it is.
Hey,
That's
I
what
ain't
it
mad
is.
at him.
I told you I like what he's I like what he's all about. I like where that's cool to me. That's the way it's supposed to be. So you got to get after it, make it happen. There you go. All right, so we've got a little bit of news in the NFL. First of all, no surprise, I don't think. GM Mike Mayock fired by the Las Vegas Raiders. I guess he can go back to the TV booth. Not a great job, really. Okay, I suppose job enough. I'm sure he'll be back on NFL Network soon enough to do whatever and to work. I don't know what John Gruden's situation is going to be, but I know Mayock at least didn't have any kind of a legal situations and any of those allegations. I think it was just pure maybe lack of full-on confidence and competence in what he did. The Steelers having been eliminated, no surprise, and we talked about how in all likelihood, that's it for Ben Roethlisberger.
Yep.
So Ben Roethlisberger, you're assuming that he's 39 and he looks 59.
Wash. Extra wash.
There, it's
Stone
it's
washed.
over. So Mike Tomlin now says, it's a really interesting position for the Steelers and Mike Tomlin to be in. We'll talk more about it over the offseason and the draft and all that, but it's he and Roethlisberger have been tied at the hip.
Exactly.
for 15 years. He said all the options are on the table, but I think that's a really interesting situation to find himself in. And I have a lot of confidence in Mike Tomlin as a coach, but that is a very tricky deal. And you could just look at Bill Belichick, who is esteemed as the GOAT and all this, and look what happens when he loses his quarterback of 15 plus years. It's not easy.
Look at that. You would think that the actual players are the ones going out there doing great stuff.
You might even think that the players are the ones who are more important than the coaches.
Don't get me started, man, because now you about to get me on what's my guy? The coach of is it Eric Bieniemy?
Phil Jackson.
No, you about to get me on my Airbnb.
Oh, Airbnb.
Just go ahead and wrap it up, man, before I start going there, man. Woke saying about to come out, man. Y'all about to because they were slobbering over the Dallas Cowboys. Offensive coordinator so tough. I'm like, man, y'all acting like this dude. Come on, man.
Know. Yeah, Kellen Moore. Come on,
stop it, man. Got a whole Airbnb over here. Don't do that. Anyway, y'all get me stirred up, man. Let me wrap it up, man. Just wrap me up, man.
No, Eric Bieniemy certainly deserves an opportunity. If anyone else deserves it, certainly he does. I mean, come on, it's long past time, but the NFL coaching situation, they just continue to make stupid decisions over and over again. So I don't know. It's
hard one, guys. I have a quick one for you before we get out.
This is not that show. You can't do that. You can't do high hard ones. It's in the rip-off.
I was thinking about baseball, not necessarily the show, but be enemies.
Hey, bro, Peter had to get you twice today.
Be enemy or Leftwich, better coaching prospect.
Never would I put a black man against another black man.
I think Leftwich would do awesome in Jacksonville. I think he would, though. You don't like Leftwich? You don't like Barry Leftwich?
I ain't say I'm
No. I think
my brothers got to compete. Why both of them can't get a job? Answer that, Brett Norsworth.
Oh, he said answer that, Norsworth.
Brett. Like, I don't know what's going on up here.
I think both deserve a good opportunity. It's just a matter of,
don't make me choose.
Both should get that, and I don't know why it's taking so long, and it's ridiculous how the racial stuff continues to be a huge problem for the NFL for sure. What's not a problem for you though is betting on the NFL. The NFL playoffs are in full gear, and everyone can get on the action with a risk-free bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. Doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. All customers get up to $10 back if your same-game parlay doesn't win. I'm taking Josh Allen over the passing touchdowns. I'm taking Patrick Mahomes over. I'm taking the points over. I'm going for a points bonanza this weekend.
Okay.
You could do it too. Combine all your bets, money line, point spread, player stats, you name it. Boom, bang, boom. Same game parlays let you combine multiple bets from one matchup for a big payout. You can even combine them across matchups now. It's fantastic. Market leader. FanDuel Sportsbook, fast payouts, easy to use, easy to pace, and new customers join today with promo code BIGHEAD to get your first bet absolutely risk-free. That's promo code BIGHEAD. Get 30-1 odds on any team in the divisional round to win after using promo code BIGHEAD if your first time betting with FanDuel Sportsbook. Promo code BIGHEAD. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. Well, it's been a big show.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of fun. We've talked a lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of ugly. But at the end of the day, I'm glad you listened. I appreciate y'all. We got big show tomorrow coming your way. John Gassaway and more. Till then, y'all be good.
It's free furnace time. Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. Are you considering replacing your air conditioning system this spring? January is our slowest month of the year. Our warehouse is full and our crews are slow. So to spark business during these cold winter months, Conway Services is giving away Carrier 80% gas furnaces absolutely free